All right. It's good to see you guys. I thought a lot of intensity today. And, I was telling them in the after practice break of like, I could feel the care factor. I could feel that, people were proud and happy of doing well. I could feel that people were upset and frustrated with not doing well. And, I think all that's kind of awakened in me. I know that's, awakened in them. At the end of last year, I think anytime you look back at stuff that's way bad and negative and everything, all of that builds with time, the details and maybe the amount of it and everything. But one of the things was like, man, I didn't know how good we were going to be. I didn't know if we were going to have a good team, and so to feel it now, being around the team, there's just such a desire to do well and just a fight, and so that is very, very evident. So I think that's the best thing. I thought that O-line wise, we ran the ball well in the second part of the scrimmage. I thought that receivers were able to make some contested catches at the end of the scrimmage. I think we've got to do a better job of stringing those together from start to finish. I thought our quarterbacks competed. I thought that they made some big third down conversions. I thought DQ scrambled well. I thought that Sawyer was able to see stuff and get us in and out of protections with things. I think overall we can probably play better there. I thought defensively they competed, and I thought that secondary we had a few flags thrown on us, but it was really, really tight coverage, and there wasn't a lot of space. And I thought front seven, linebackers and D-line, I thought played the run really well early on and was able to win some one-on-ones and pass rush throughout the day. And so, I talked to them, man, whether you're upset with how it went or you're feeling good about your effort today, there's got to be a fire in your belly to get better regardless. And I feel everyone feels that way. I know I do. I'll take any questions you guys got.
Dave, I guess you grade everything, but do you grade the scrimmages with a different, is there a different emphasis on the scrimmages?
No, we'll grade everything. We'll grade effort, we'll grade technique, we'll grade production, we'll grade communication. One of the things that we're grading that's unique to this year is just with the headsets or just the video and just all of it, the ability to make a correction is so immediate. And so if we say something and make an adjustment on the sideline, we want to see it executed the very next time out. And so there was some of that. There's probably too far much of that not happening. And so that's an area for improvement. But I think that's a high standard, but that's ours. I think I know when I remember last doing all of this, I always felt that was a strength. And so I think with the ability to have video and everything, it should be an even stronger strength. But yeah, the grade part is going to be really big because it's a way to tell the truth.
A lot of players have kind of said this has been the most intense first week with fall camp they've been through during their time at Baylor. I mean, is that what you feel compared to past few years, or where does this kind of stack up?
It does, yeah. I think it does. I think everybody knows, what the prescription is here, and what we have to do, and what it takes to do that. And then I think, we've got a fair amount of older guys that are here that, this is their fifth year. This is their, coming back from injury. Whatever cards or chips they got, they're all on the table. And obviously with us, all of our chips are on the table. And so when everything's on the table, you kind of go for it, And I think that's what's the feeling here. And so that in a as far as a daily thing goes, that's just trying to outwork people and trying to get to detail. And, like if we walk through something and then we practice later that day, then let's see that happen now. Let's not wait for the night correction. Let's get it right the first time. And I think people feel that pressure.
You lost a couple defensive linemen in the spring. How is the depth looking there? And, does that worry you at all, that, maybe the lack of depth behind Cooper and Treven?
Well, I mean, we've got guys that are there. I think we're hoping. I think Tonga is going to be a while. I think we should get 2 more guys back prior to the start of the season, and then I thought Big E was one of the better performers in the scrimmage. If I look at who played well defensively, it'd probably be KT, Big E, and Carl, and so I think Big E's got a chance to really make a statement. He started to today.
Dave, when do you need to name a starting quarterback? Is there a weekend before the first game?
I think the sooner is better. Sooner is better for what you could do when you name a guy. Then you can give him more reps. You can your team will kind of coalesce around him, and you can if there's right now there's this set of plays for this quarterback, and then there's similar, but then these set of plays for that quarterback, you can kind of narrow all that down. And so we need to get that done. We're fighting to do that.
Are you disappointed nobody is jumped out there, or is it that much of a close competition?
It's a close competition. Yeah, guys are battling, and when I say that, I mean Sawyer's battling, and I think Daquan is battling. I think the things that Sawyer did today was the leadership and the poise in the pocket. There's times when Sawyer's back there and there's a nervous energy about him, and today was really calm and poised and made some throws where he stepped into it and was way impressive. And then I thought DQ was able to see edge pressure and get us out of it and get us into something else. And that was good to see him do that. So everyone is making strides and battling, and so it's a positive for us. But we got to get to a resolution.
Is it days like today that it's hard to balance the defense, head coach?
Yeah.
Or is this good preparation for what you're going to do during the season?
Yeah, it was hard. This is the first day that I was on the sidelines with the defense. I think in the spring I'd stand behind, because that's where you usually would. And I stood on the sidelines with the defense and, to practice for the games. And that just feels weird. Yeah.
Did you get through the first week unscathed? I mean, I think I saw Matt Jones wasn't in pads today, and there were a few people on carts. Are you relatively injury-free through the first week?
So far, so good. I am concerned about that. I think a couple years ago, really the last time we were winning some games, we were just not able to get injured. We were able to kind of go through it. And really, since then, it hasn't been that way. And so I think to get the people that we need, the work, to get the people that have played a lot of ball, a different type of work, and so that we can get them to the game, I think it's starting to look that way.
With the departure of Gary, what did he bring to the program? I mean, I guess in the short couple of months that he was here, and what do you think will kind of stick with this team, as you guys progress in the season?
Intensity, attention to detail. I think Gary would be really welcoming and just really open. I know that whether it was our defensive staff or our younger kind of defensive support coaches, there's just great relationship there, And so just the stories you hear from Gary, and then just he always wanted to stop an offense, just put an offense out there. He wants to not let them score, and so that was very much welcomed over here. And I learned a lot from him. A lot of the calls that we had today were calls that we picked up from him, and so we're still going to talk. Actually, there's something that came up in the pregame. And I wrote a note that's right here on my little notepad here. That's a question for Gary. So I'll continue to talk to him.
Dave, I don't get to come to these because at the time of normally you meet. When you made when those T-shirts were put on,
Mhm.
we pay
Mhm.
players.
Mhm.
We were there when you made that comment.
Mm-hmm.
But was that something that's like you're a very conservative kind of person?
Mhm.
Was that to allow the coaches to feel good about the momentum and kind of put it out there? What was the discussion around that?
Yeah, it was. It was brought to me that, hey, this is something that could make sense to do. This is something that there's some momentum right now. We could capitalize on it, and I could see that right away. I could see it, and I know that there was coaches that we had that were kind of jumping at the bit to kind of put that on and to walk around in it, and so we're able to do that. I think it was way cool. I got a bunch of negative reviews on that and positive ones too, and so I just think I think that's where you go, though. I think that's where you go, and I think to put it out there like that, and to not be ashamed or bashful about kind of what it takes to win. I mean, you make that statement, it's because we weren't in the game, and now that we're saying that we're in it, and so I think a lot of people needed to hear that.
This is a big week ahead. Getting a lot done. You hope to get done this week.
Yeah, this second scrimmage is the biggest one, and so I think off this first one, for some of our young guys or new guys, which there's a fair amount. When you cross the bridge and you get over here, and you play in McLean, you can get hit with something and then maybe not play as well as you do on the grass fields, and so there was maybe some of that, and with the young guys, I think that's understandable. Or we have to fight through that now with this week, and for the second scrimmage, we've got to be able to play above all of it. And then I think the things that need correcting, we got to fix them. And then we've seen kind of, hey, this side of the ball strengths are here, this side of the ball's weaknesses here, so we can address weaknesses and try to hide them. And we can try to really accentuate strengths and put people in different spots to be stronger now that we have an idea of real football and tackling and moving the ball and all of it. And so I think we kind of tighten the ranks moving forward.
Was it nice to get over here, under the lights, playing it, just having a scrimmage inside the stadium?
It's always great to come here, It really helps we get a better feel for how the game's supposed to be. We got to kick off in a couple weeks, so.
Wrapping up the first week of fall camp, I mean, does this first week feel a little bit different than previous years?
I can only speak on last year, but I think we're in a lot better place than last year. It's been flipped since we're going into it with a better. I think we've been in a better spot, and we'll do some good things this year.
How some of those new guys along the defensive line, I guess, kind of fit in and give you guys some added depth up there?
It's been great. D-line, it's a premium having big bodies up in the middle, so it's always good. But the boys have been rolling, and there's been a lot of growth in the room.
Are you worried at all about having too much on your shoulders?
No, at first it was a little, it was different for me. I've never really had a leading role, but I have Coop and Jackie, and so the three of us lead the way. So it takes some weight off my shoulders.
What's the difference you've seen with Coach Aranda and Morgan's?
I think the standard is elevated. Boys are playing harder, and we got the best defensive coach coaching us. So in our position room and as a whole, so I think that we're just going to do amazing things this year.
Drew running the line?
Mm-hmm. Definitely. He makes his rounds. He's been working a lot with the linebackers, but he really pays attention because defense starts with the lineman up front. So that's the most important thing. That's how I approach the game.
I don't know how much full contact y'all have done. It looked like you guys were ready to hit that kind
Oh
of
yeah, every day you got to thud up, got to keep everybody up. But today was our first live day, and still some things to clean up. We can do a better job tackling, wrapping, the whole 9 yards.
spent some money.
Of course.
Got to today.
Especially coming off of last year, it didn't feel right. And so the boys, the whole team has gone into it with the mindset that, that's not us anymore. And we're going to shock the world.
From your perspective, how does a new offense look? Are they gelling? Are they meshing? And how hard
Definitely.
is it for you to stop?
Well, I think that the changing scheme, the type of runs they've been doing are more direct, and I think it's better for our boys. And I'm just proud of the O-line because both sides, O-line and D-line, last year were just not up to par, and they've done a great job with coaching and just they've gotten a lot bigger, faster, stronger, and everyone has experience now, so that's a plus.
What's it been like playing for Noakes? I mean, what does he bring to the table, I guess?
He brings a lot of knowledge, and the thing is, we don't get to take a day off with him. Any down, and he played it, he lived it. So there's no better coach to teach us the right way, and the standard is high.
Josh, same thing that I asked Treven. Was it nice just to get in the stadium? Is it always kind of cool playing under the lights inside the stadium you're going to play at this fall?
Oh yeah, no, it's always a good time. Just coming back home, just looking around at the beautiful new stadium. I just noticed things. I noticed like the new boards. I thought that was also a cool new addition. But it's always fun getting here, scrimmage, basically getting to kind of feel what it's going to be like come game time, just without the fans, of course.
How much more comfortable do you feel this fall with Coach Spavital, with this offense, with all the newness?
I feel really, really comfortable about it, honestly. Kind of being an older guy, I kind of know what to expect when it comes to fall camp. So just kind of showing my age, trying to guide younger guys like Jaden Porter, really just bringing up, getting acclimated to the new offense, speed of college, and just really set him in the right path. Really, it's just been good, honestly.
You're one of a bunch of older guys in that wide receiver. What is the competition in there like for snaps, for reps with everyone? What is the competition there like?
Oh, it's a good, fierce competition every day. Really, in the beginning, Coach Bake specified, like, guys, there's a whole bunch of dogs. There's six dogs and 2 bones, basically. That's what he said. So he said there's a whole bunch of competition. So don't get complacent with whatever snaps you get right now. Just know that they're evaluating everything, whether it be on the field, off the field, all of it correlates. So it's just been a real good competition, and I feel like even the older guys, younger guys, I think we all feel that going into this upcoming season for sure.
Do they grade a lot off of this, or how much do they pay attention to this? The scrimmage?
I would say they grade off of it a pretty good amount, because this is kind of the time we get to do like live and really get like our tempo going type deal against the defense. So kind of gives us like a live look at what it's going to be like when it comes to game time type deal. So I'd say they grade pretty heavily too.
You mentioned Jaden Porter. What have you seen from him? Obviously, he's a local kid. How has he really progressed, from the spring into fall camp?
So I would say, honestly, coming in, he was pretty like far advanced with just some technique things. Like some things he was doing, I was like, dang, I wasn't doing that freshman year, honestly. So it was kind of cool to see. I think just mentally, he's just taking another step forward, and just getting used to the college speed of things, just how we do things here at Baylor, being a goon, of course. So he's made a good step so far, I say.
And Ashton too brings tons of experience. He had the preseason awards. He's kind of racking those up. What do you foresee his season being like, and what Baylor fans can expect out of him?
Oh, he's gonna have an awesome season. Ashton, like I said, we was at practice one time. We were like, dang, everything he does is just something amazing. Like he's truly a dog. I feel like he can just go out there and just be a difference maker for our offense, honestly.
Just the tempo seems like a real plus for you. What ways can that be?
I would say just catching the defense off guard. I feel like once we really get into the flow, you can just see the body language on the other side. They're like, dang, like I'm tired myself, and just kind of pushing them and basically just hiking the ball to where they're not ready. That's the main advantage of tempo, just catching them on their toes, basically. So no, it's been awesome for sure.
We've gotten an up-close look at both DeQuan and Sawyer. As we're going in the fall, how's that battle going from your perspective, and what do they each bring that's different?
So I would say both of them are making plays in their own unique way, honestly. I feel that really when it comes to the first game, whatever Coach Aranda makes a decision, we'll be in great hands, honestly. Both those guys can sling it, throw it. They both got the great packages, honestly.
how special of a moment is that going to be, this year? And are you hoping to potentially get that pretty early on?
Oh yeah, no, I'm gonna make it happen for sure. For sure, I'm definitely gonna make it happen. That's been on. That's one of my goals for sure this year. Just find the end zone, whatever it takes, honestly. So I think it'll be a real special moment. I'll be hyped for sure.
Have you seen DeQuan be more vocal, maybe kind of take control of the? I know you don't necessarily huddle, but take control of that group.
Yeah, I would say he's definitely a good vocal leader. He brings a lot of juice to the offense. If whatever we're down, he comes kind of. It actually happened in another practice early. He kind of brought everyone together. Like, come on, guys. Like, we already know what the standard is. Like, this isn't it. So I think he definitely brings a good vocal leadership in that aspect for sure.
Thanks, Josh.
Appreciate y'all.
Appreciate it.